time starts now. I was gifted my love of learning from a teacher I'll never forget. My 6th grade English teacher, Mrs. Barnes, exposed me to the brilliant works of writers like Maya Angelou and Langston Hughes. She not only guided me through what was difficult information at times, but she ensured me that I deserve a place in this world. What she taught me cannot be replaced by a series of code or an artificial entity. Accordingly, I negate the resolution. Though many are inspired and intrigued by the possibilities that come with the rise of AI, the risks associated extend far beyond what should be compromised for the integrity of humanity. My first contention is that the rise of AI LLMs would mean a dangerous emergence of quasi-monopolies. According to an article by Vice in 2023, OpenAI, the company that established ChatGPT, was founded as a non-profit research organization that was meant to benefit society and not focus on financial gain. Once ChatGPT took off, the company converted to a private for-profit institution. This shows a trend of the privatization of AI LLMs, and with companies like Google investing over $300 million in their competitors and billions in their own chatbot, it's clear to see that very few companies will be able to compete, and this will lead to the development of these monopolies. Now, these are dangerous for 2 reasons. First, these quasi-monopolies can lead to the infringement of our democracy and freedom. Big businesses mean more lobbying in government, and this is supported by The Atlantic that argues that something is off balance in Washington. For every $1 in lobbying spent by labor groups or public interest groups, big companies spend 34. Second, these quasi-monopolies disproportionately affect marginalized groups. Let's take, for example, the fact that these LLM companies will need land to build their data facilities. A University of Michigan study argues that these companies will seek out the cheapest land and will end up displacing low-income, marginalized, and even indigenous groups. But this exploitation does not stop on our land. Time 2023 covered a story about OpenAI outsourcing work in Kenya and having workers make their database less toxic for a price of only $2 an hour. Now, not only is this well below the cost of living in Kenya, it's discriminatory at best, and at worst, it's a vehicle for more economic exploitation in a place that's already dealing with the repercussions of elitist and colonial actions. My second contention is that the rise of AI LLMs will mean further dependency on an instrument that's supposed to be a tool. This has 2 main impacts: institutional bias and the death of human ingenuity. Take, for example, a decision made by Amazon to get rid of its hiring LLM in 2018. Upon research of their recent hires, they found that the LLM was discriminatory against women applicants. Now, LLMs don't account for these groups that slip through the cracks when their creators don't keep them in mind. LLMs also cannot be made responsible for unlearning bias, especially when they're coded by bias-filled, flawed human beings. Second, the universal dependence on LLMs would mean the death of human ingenuity. Now, humans are prone to misuse things, and ChatGPT is one of them. According to Harvard Business Review, ChatGPT is not a search engine because it doesn't have real-time data. This is because it was created from a data set whose cutoff date was October 2022. So essentially, as far as ChatGPT is concerned, Russia has not invaded Ukraine and Queen Elizabeth is still alive. Now, even the CEO of OpenAI, Sam Altman, argued that we should not be using ChatGPT for anything important. But we all know this is not the case. ChatGPT has over 100 million users, and you can ask the 89% of college students who have used ChatGPT for their homework if they think it's useless. I started by sharing an anecdote about my favorite teacher because I wanted to highlight the importance of what's lost when we hand tasks, decisions, and relationships most central to humanity off to AI. We should not trade humanity for convenience. It will never be an equal trade.